Gentlemen, we are only 2 to 3 days away till the Insane Trilogy is out. So in the meantime, have a Game Boy Advance game to celebrate.
By the creators of the game.
It's Crash Bandicoot 2. Cortex Strikes Back. I mean, Tranced.
Yeah, this is the second mobile game after the Crash's Big, whatever it was called.
Yep, the Huge Adventure. Only this time, it's sort of a different spin on things. It's definitely not the same like Cortex shenanigans or anything. In fact, Cortex isn't even in this game. Instead, the game has been hijacked by Entropy.
Incompetent Neo-Cortex. He can't do anything right. His last scheme to shrink the Earth, blah 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 blah. Great asset to the cause of evil over the years, Entropy.
Yeah.
Thank you, my lord. Why is my mouth moving so weirdly?
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
That is why I trust you with the task of aiding me in universal domination.
Great Uka Uka. I am honored. Actually, hang on. And I have the perfect scheme.
Yes, this is the
What the
current.
fuck is that?
Oh, and then Sonic gameplay.
Hey everyone, welcome to Crash Bandicoot's world.
So
Like the 100th
yeah, it looks like it's
extra
back to the old side-scrolling antics.
And even though it's a sequel to the game that most people have probably already played, well, except for me, they actually added in a straight-up tutorial section. Like, have you never played a Crash Bandicoot game before, even though this is technically the second game? Well, here's how you play it.
Which is kind of
pretty
odd,
much.
not gonna lie.
It is odd though. At the same time, if you have the skills for it, you can pretty much skip all of Aku Aku's nonsense on these tiles.
So I guess I'll just come out right and say that I never actually played. Oh,
Allow me to harness my powers of time and space to hear into the future. Okay, seriously. Since those wretched bandicoots keep thwarting us, the solution is to get them to our side, and I know just the fellow for the job.
A new recruit.
yeah.
Indeed. Meet my secret weapon.
So it's just a machine.
Hi everybody, I'm Humpty Dumpty.
I am Entrance, master of hypnotism.
Who I thought was just a fan character until he returned again in Nitro Kart.
Yeah.
Character.
Crash!
Crash, wake up. Coco and Crunch have been abducted. Find me a powder crystal so I can look into what's going on. Hurry!
Okay.
I wasn't even attempting to sound like any of the Aku Akus before.
So yeah, that just happened. I mean, we were just going through that one half of the George sequence, and all of a sudden, Crash is just lazing around along with Coco and Crunch until they get sucked up the vortex.
Yep. Oh, we get the double jump right off the bat.
Oh yeah. Certain attributes that you had in the previous game are brought back to you as the default. Like you can double jump, and you also have the super body slam. Not that really matters.
Right. Alright, yeah, so the thing I was gonna say was I never really played Huge Adventure much as a kid. Like this was the first mobile Crash game I had.
Funny enough, that's actually the same case with me. This was the first Crash game I played outside of Wrath of Cortex, and that really brief snippet I played Cortex Strikes Back. But yeah, this is the first one I had. This was the first one I played, and then it wouldn't be like till a couple months later I got my first taste of Huge Adventure. It's like, wait, I don't have the double jump right off the bat. It's like this is awkward.
But yeah, what about you, Hype? Did you ever play this game as much like on the original Game Boy Advance?
No, I haven't. Honestly, not until a few years ago. I haven't really had too much experience with the Game Boy Advance ones, and even then, I've only had experience with the first one.
Ah, well then feast your eyes on this epic sequel, which actually has animated sprites.
No, watch out, Crash.
I've got you. I'm suddenly telekinetic, but only when I need to be. Okay.
Something's holding on to Crash. We need more power.
Give us
More
full power.
steam!
This vortex must be the work of Entropy. Cortex is much too stupid to think of this.
I finally captured that infernal Bandicoot.
But wait, it's a Chinese knockoff!
Gasp.
Waffles.
Yep, caught the wrong Bandicoot, stupid.
And Entropy has no idea.
Would you do the honors and Trance?
With pleasure.
And they all stand very politely. Even Crunch is like,
Yeah, alright, let's see what he has to say. Let's hear him out.
Somewhere else
not-
in hyperspace.
That took almost all the power I had, Crash. Good job getting the power crystals before you were pulled into the vortex.
Deus Ex Machina, I guess.
But I'll
Pretty
need
much.
a lot more crystals if we are to put an end to Entropy's plans.
So Cortex just does not appear in this game.
Nope.
Nope.
I think he's still stuck as Megamix for all we know. That freakish abomination.
And look, the Knot Time Twister, a floating island.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, this pretty much this entire world is built up of a whole bunch of floating islands up in hyperspace. So I guess you could say this is sort of a precursor to Skylanders.
Looks like it's the old Wrath of Cortex days of us against
Lagoony
Crunch.
Tunes and Prince of Persia.
So why don't we go ahead and start off with Lagoony Tunes?
Alright, water roll. Okay, so we just start off right with the wakeboard.
Yep. We actually do another gimmicky type of level in this game, which I don't think has ever appeared in any other Crash game as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, you're wakeboarding.
Pretty decent 3D actually for like the animated background there. That's like
I think the
Pretty
only
good for
other
Game
time
Boy
I can
Advance.
remember Crash Waveboarding was in the intro to the Wrath of Cortex.
Yeah, you're right. That's the only other time I can think about it. And I mean,
And
yeah,
how is
like
this
Logan
grass
said, like
sticking
these
out
are
in the
some,
middle of the ocean?
I know.
probably some really tall grass. So, speaking of which, why don't we stop beating around the bush? It's been a while since our look at on the Huge Adventure, and we pretty much spent all that talking about our thoughts back then on the Insane Trilogy, when all we had to all we really had was footage of Crash 1, and even then, not that much footage was shown off. It's already around June now, and we got like a shitload of new content since then. Like, we got footage from Crash 2, Crash 3, and hell, even the game leaked to some players, and they're actually doing playthroughs as we speak. Bastards.
Yeah. Well, we're not gonna spoil it. We're gonna wait. We're gonna be good boys. But
Yeah,
we've already shown
we're not
off
going to peek
one.
at our Christmas presents early, even though I guess in some respects, Vicarious Visions already is kind of guilty of that since the E3 presentation.
Yeah,
Some.
yeah, it's 1, 2, and yeah, they've already been showing off quite a bit of 1, 2. And I understand. Oh boy.
Oh jeez.
I understand the reason behind it is that like nice invisible. Like I understand the reason why they're just gonna outright show it is that like there's no you can't spoil a game like
When it's like
that's
20
been
years
out
old.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, hell, in about a year from now, Crash 3 Warped's going to be 20 years, so in a way, the entire trilogy is close to 20 years old.
So I guess I'm just like I guess the only reason why I was getting upset at you guys about showing off all the stuff is because like I really want because like that's the big like hook. The big appeal is that you get to see all the big HD like all the new stuff of everything like cutscenes and new redubbed voice acting. And,
Oh.
like that's the big appeal because
I know.
in terms of gameplay and feel it is pretty much the same and power to them for that.
Which I think should be commended, that they did their best to stay as accurate to it as they can, for better or worse.
Didn't even like Naughty Dog say did Naughty Dog actually try it out? And
Oh,
give it
Naughty
the-
Dog said that I think Naughty Dog did try a bit of it, and they said they were actually really impressed with what they were doing.
Yay.
Well, hey, if I was in their shoes, I'd be the same, because goddamn, like, the love and effort in that trilogy really shows.
I just want this to be the start of Vicarious. I just want this to be the what is that?
Okay,
Yeah,
this
it's
is actually this is the main gimmick of Crash 2 in Tranced. Instead of the usual colored gems that you get throughout certain stages, every stage now has fractions of a colored gem. Now, once you get all the fractions of a colored gem, okay, this is kind of a spoiler warning here. After you defeat Entrance, you'll still have to deal with Entropy, but to get to him, you're gonna need all three colored gems. In order to do that, you're gonna have to you have to reconstruct all these colored gems and play these stages that correspond with them. Afterwards, you can deal with the head honcho himself.
Okay.
So he's kind of like the Doomsday Zone of this game?
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay. What was I saying before that? I just want this to be the start for Vicarious Visions to stop doing all the Imaginators. It's like,
Well, I don't think they're
that's not primarily them. I mean, as far as they only handle some of the Skylanders projects, mainly. I know they did Superchargers, which good thing on me because that's like the game that got me into the franchise in the first place. And
they
Imaginators.
did Imagineers, right?
no, they did handle the Crash-related stuff for Imaginators. Not the entire package. That was still Toys for Bob.
Yeah. I think they did. I think they were involved in porting some of them to other consoles.
Okay.
I know they did the 3DS version of the very original Skylanders game, and that I remember, from what I've seen, looked a little bit better handled than what we got originally. But that's just me anyway.
The old Atlas Sphere.
Oh,
that's,
yeah.
That's from Wrath of Cortex, right?
And it
I
comes
didn't
back
mind
here, and it's kind of hokey looking.
It's
Kind
not
of
the
is.
ring.
Like, look at the way Crash looks in that thing.
Wow, Jeff, how did you manage to animate this entire game? Well, we just took Crash and stuck him in the T-pose.
Genius.
But, what was it?
And here I thought Fake Crash was captured.
Even then, this is kind of misleading in a way because even though we're playing as Crash in this section, every other Atmosphere stage will be designated to Crunch. Because yes, you actually do have to save him in this game, and you also do save Coco, and they both have their respective exclusive gameplay styles. This is technically supposed to be Crunch's exclusive, but because we didn't free him yet, we're using Crash.
And I take it Coco's takes the vehicle levels once you save her?
Actually, no. She takes a completely exclusive type of stage where you have to outrun a giant fireball that entropy launched to destroy the crystal out that she's trying to get in space.
Oh, so you have to get...
Wow.
Okay.
It's kind of a weird gimmick, and it does look a little hokey, but I do like the theme tune that plays along with it. In fact, that's one thing I'll say about the GBA games. I mean, say what you will about the GBA's status with its sound cards. The soundtracks for Huge Adventure and Entrance are actually they make some really nice remixes.
Like, this sounds like Crash music, at least. It's not.
Yeah, it sounds like Crash.
It's not like Dark Brotherhood.
And ironically, that was on a more technologically superior system.
Yes, and they thought, how are we going to make this soundtrack? I know, I'll let my 5-year-old play with the MIDI keyboard for an hour, and then we'll just come back.
Because this joke will never get old.
Sorry, I know. Now I've got to do a look at that for the channel at some point.
Assuming you
Just
if you can get the game to run properly in the first
I'll
place.
try, but until then,
I'll be
let's
right
see
back,
what
fellas.
No worries. But yeah. I mean, I'm definitely I'm wanting this week. I'm wanting the weekend to come already. By the time we're recording this, I want the weekend to be here so I can play it.
Me too.
Especially since I gotta
play it
wrap this
too,
up
and I'm
into
so damn jealous of all these people that finally that are getting a chance to play it early, even though you would think that technically those should be review copies.
Then you play.
In fact,
did you play the demo of it once?
Oh yeah, I played the demo several times back when it was on the GameStop kiosks. Though looking back on it, it's kind of funny how much they changed since that demo. Like again, like when playing Crash 1, for example, they actually got rid of that whole 10 bounces on the bounty crates bullshit.
Now it's 8, or is it?
No, it's 5.
No, it's 5, just like in the
Warp
other.
and- Right.
Okay.
They're actually that's actually something I'll give Vicarious Vision credit. They've actually been really quick on the draw when it comes to
Feedback.
critiques. Yeah, exactly, feedback.
Which I think I can now that I can actually say that I do appreciate that. That sounds cool to me that they are
They do
that,
listen.
yes, they're wanting to port. Yeah, and the fact that they are wanting to port, they're wanting to make this HD revival. That they want to still be, they want to be, what's the word? They want to pay heritage. They want to be as like the original as they can.
They want to be like the original, but at the same time, they're also open to making it a little more user friendly,
right, like they're
while still
updating it
keeping
with
some of that
the-
difficulty intact.
Right, but they
Yeah.
are adding in some of the little modernizations that 2 and 3 brought to the series to 1.
Like again, not being able to get all the crates while still losing a life if you come to that point.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, I'm
Also,
glad they got rid of
another,
that. At
there's
least for
several neat little changes I've noticed, like with Crash 2, for example. I know in the demo kiosk, like the warping animation when Crash enters a stage was, I thought it was okay, but it definitely did feel a little lacking. They fixed it for the recent revision, and goddamn, it really shows the dedication that they're putting into this.
And I guess should we go ahead and talk
Actually
about
looks
probably
epic.
should we go ahead and talk about probably the biggest addition that they're making to the Insane trilogy?
Oh yeah, a certain female Bandicoot is playable.
She-mail.
Like,
Oops.
That's what you get for calling her a she-male.
okay,
So,
basically, yeah, they're actually going to let you play as Coco in almost every other stage aside from the one she hadn't warped.
And for bosses.
Not bosses. Those are the only exceptions to the rule.
and that's
Well,
like
that's
not
what-
just in and that's like in every single game.
Right. There are certain
That's
stages that Coco can't play as, mainly because they retrofit it to a point where they still want you to play as Crash because, well, I guess because of certain unique animations or whatever, or dialogue or whatever. Also, I realized after looking up an article on Crash Mania, there's actually a really clever excuse as to why Coco can only be playable in certain aspects. It's because she doesn't want to cause it. Well, I don't know if Curious Visions themselves actually thought of this, but it does help Coco it helps Coco to prevent any possible time paradoxes.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is fair. But I'm like, well, if she's in Crash 1, what does she have to gain from saving Tawna?
That's just it, because again, she get Good Samaritan or I don't know really, but oh wait, there's Cortex. My mistake.
Yep. And I saw a few instances they actually fit in the Vicarious Visions logo in those hieroglyphs.
Nice. But you can't go forward.
Nope, I still gotta clear the stage down here. The runaway rug.
Fair enough.
Someone catch that runaway rug.
Yeah, but apparently the excuse for Coco being playable in Crash 1 and Crash 2 now is apparently, you know that little monitor she's always standing around in Crash 3 Warped, which used to be like the save load screen. They changed it now to where Coco's apparently fiddling around with that, like she's fiddling around with the Time Twister itself, so that she herself can travel through time if on her own whim.
Interesting.
So basically the Coco we're playing as in the Crash 1 and 2 is actually the same one for 3.
I see. So that's actually kind of fun.
That's interesting. I'll give it that.
And also
it's very subtle. And it's very subtle too. Like they don't immediately tell you that it's happening. It's just something that you see, like if you pay close enough attention in the hub world for Crash 3.
Yep. And I'm not quite sure. I keep hearing people going back and forth with it, but I'm not sure if being able to play as Coco is something you can do like right away, or if you have to unlock that by being 3.
To that, I am not sure. What I do know is that you do have to activate. You pretty much do have to do a certain something in all of the games in order to unlock the ability to play as Coco. Like I know in Crash 1, in the first island, there's a time machine that was left behind, and if you activate that, that's how Coco's playable with that. I don't know how it works in Crash 2 though.
Oh, so the idea is suddenly
Crash is psychic. Or not.
So suddenly the idea is that in order to play as Coco, you need to activate these time machines so that once you maybe start to Crash 3. That's interesting, but I'm just gonna wait.
That's something I only noticed with Crash 1 though. Crash 2 is the only case where I don't know how you unlock Coco.
But it's like I don't want to. Because here's the thing, like, no offense to fans of Luigi, but I didn't like that if you unlock Luigi in Mario Galaxy after doing all of this work to get Luigi, literally all you got was you get to play as Luigi. Which, not for nothing, it's cool to play as Luigi, but I don't want to play the entire Mario game again just to get a different voice clip at the very end for when Luigi says, "Welcome to Galaxy."
At the very least, Luigi played differently from Mario.
But like,
not by much.
But like, you see what I'm trying to get here is that I would love to be able to unlock Coco, but I would hope that it's early enough into the game that I get to actually get some use out of it and not just want to play the whole game again. Also, hello,
Crunch.
Ranger.
Yeah. Also, I was about to say, I don't think. To be fair, unlike Galaxy, I don't think they're going to make it so that there's any kind of requirement to play them all again as Coco, unless you just want to go for achievements.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't know. They're still incredibly vague about that. Maybe if you look up a wiki, they'll explain how you unlock Coco, but either way, it's just something we're going to have to wait for until the game's officially out. But, okay, so basically the deal with Crunch here is that just do what I'm doing and you'll win.
Please tell me it's not this easy.
It is.
Yes, it is.
It is this easy. Gosh dang it. Die, Crunch.
Oh, man. Brainwashed again. Thanks for saving me, brother.
We're not doing that voice.
This is before he got that.
Good news, Crash. The crystals you've collected have allowed me to open up a new area of the island. We can get to new worlds from there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey,
and now we got the Super Slide. This is exclusive to Tranced. Basically, you hold down the L button, press the R button, and you'll pretty much slide such a long distance you could accidentally kill yourself if you're not careful.
Oh yeah, I remember the first time I tried that. Yeah, I remember I was so excited to try it on the new level. I did it, I died. Aw, Coco's mad.
Evil Coco. Oh wait, it's a Coco that's hot and bitter.
harder than the first.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for our look at on Crash Bandicoot 2 in Tranced. Again, I only really did this as an excuse to talk about the Insane Trilogy yet again.
Oh,
In fact, speaking of which, next time we go into the Crash series itself, we are doing the Insane Trilogy, and I'll be starting us off with the first game. Till next time, there, everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Pancakes!